Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Halfbaked Fantasy. Oh gosh, it's nice to be in front of the camera again. It's been a while. We've been in damage control mode at work and around the house. Whole new lifestyle change, being confined to the indoors most of the day and having to now have a full-time job and also be teacher to our daughter. My wife is a nurse actually, and she is treating patients that are currently dealing with this sickness. I worry about her every day. My heart goes out to her and to everybody who is risking their lives right now to make our country and the world well again. Be sure to support our healthcare workers and first responders. But for today's episode, we're going to do a special quarantine edition of this Godzilla unboxing. And I gotta tell you, it's always a special occasion when new merchandise comes through the door, and to mark the occasion, today we will be featuring Tozai Snow Maiden Sake. It's a little, I guess, frothier might be the word, a little more body to it, but it has a nice touch of citrus, as a lot of sakes often do. And it actually pairs well with a little bit of orange juice, for like a Japanese mimosa, as well as a vintage Burger King Star Wars glass from The Empire Strikes Back. That's right, Disney. Go ahead, flag this video. I'm not making any money anyway because I have virtually no subscribers. So for those of you who have followed our side business model, which has been a lot of the initial content that we've been putting up, we have a side business as toy dealers, specifically Japanese toys with a focus on like Gammer, Godzilla, and Ultraman stuff. And since most of our business revolves around conventions, needless to say, that's been a problem as of late. And because of that, we've had to do a lot more e-commerce. Why is that a problem? Because e-commerce takes way more time. Honestly, I know it sounds a little silly, but it actually takes less time for me overall to go to a convention like once or twice a month and sell a whole bunch of stuff at once, just put it up on a shelf for everyone to see and make their selections, than it does to take pictures, write descriptions, and upload items through different channels to try and find, sales leads. Where it's fun, don't get me wrong. It's like, well, I would rather, there's a lot of things that I would rather be doing, but if I have to do something else to compensate for that lost revenue, selling toys in any capacity is always something I would choose over other things. But you also might notice that my hair has been growing out. That's for two reasons. Number one, the barbershops are closed. Number two, my wife also likes it. And let us know if your wife likes my hair too. Just kidding, honey. Just kidding, honey. I love you. You're sexy. Sexy toy geek lady who married me, who lives in my house, bears my children. I've been cooped up a long time. Okay. Alright, but without any further ado, let's take a look at this box. But before we dig into it, let us observe the proper precautions. Nothing against the Japanese, as they are likely not the ones who started this whole debacle, but it doesn't hurt to be careful in these times, and whenever possible, our inventory is going to be wiped down, sanitized, for good measure prior to shipment. But I just don't want to catch anything and spread it around the house, so this will help, hopefully. Alright, so we got our trusty scissors, and we have our big old box. This is among the heaviest ones that I've ever shipped. It might be a record. It weighs like, I don't know, like 50 pounds. It's a real big one. In fact, this box got held up in customs in Japan for about a week. They're having a really hard time getting stuff out, and I do understand to a degree, but when you ship express, you expect a little bit of an update, and communication has been tricky. So, but I'm very eager to open this. Oh man. You hear it a lot, but like opening up like a big box of toys, it doesn't matter if you're gonna keep them or sell them, it's like freaking Christmas morning. There's for sure I chased that feeling alone. Okay, we got her open. Let's see what is inside. Ooh, okay. First layer. bubble wrap sheets, much preferred to the packing peanuts. Those do the job, but they are tedious to clean up. First item. Oh shoot. Come on. You know what? Got scissors here. Just go for it. Ooh, cool. Okay, we got ourselves some Bandai, some Gammer action first. We have ourselves a theater exclusive. Can we get that in focus? Gammer 1999 figure with the mana arm. Let's see if we can get that in focus. Can we get that to focus? There we go. Yeah. Theater exclusive is exactly what you think it means. For those who are uninitiated, you had to be at the theater at the time that the movie was shown in order to purchase. So these have like a whole niche market unto themselves, but it does give them some of that exclusivity that collectors love, and they usually feature an alternate paint scheme just like this guy. And this is one of my favorite theater exclusives. In fact, it might be my most favorite theater exclusive ever. It's just a cool little figure to have. Very neat. But what do we have right on top here? We have, oh, look at that, Batra. Heck yeah. If you don't know who Batra is, it's basically the anti-Mothra. Mothra seeks to protect the innocent, and Batra does not care if you are innocent or guilty. He will just flat out destroy you if you are human. He's a really cool character. Does this guy, do his wings flap? Wait a minute, do they? Oh, does it work? No, one of the Mothra figures that I've had in the past, you know, flapped with like a button. I don't know if I'm missing something. No, I guess not. It's in good shape though. Oftentimes these wings break at the stems. Like they're actually pretty fragile because they are translucent plastic. So that doesn't age well, but this guy has aged beautifully. Very cool. I actually don't have a Batra in the collection. He was one of my favorite characters as a kid. Oh shoot, what do we have here? Oh wow, this is smaller than I thought. That is what she said. Not to me though. Somebody else. I don't know how to describe. I think I have the description right. So I'm not gonna rip it out of the packaging, but that's a lot smaller than I thought. You can see in there, let me get that in focus, get that to focus, come on. There we go. You can see in there that this is a little Godzilla figurine, but on this figurine there are, whoop, focus, there we go. On this figurine there are two metal plates, and you put like 2 fingers on it, and what it basically does is it gives you a little shock if you're telling the truth. I'm sorry, if you're telling a lie. It's basically a small lie detector. I'm honestly curious enough to open it and see if it works, because of all the things to freaking brand, man. A lie detector? Really? Alright. I mean, there is the Godzilla toilet paper roll and the Godzilla shaver, after all. Maybe this isn't too far out there. But very interesting. Very interesting. Can we get it open? And here we have a, you know, just by looking at it, I'm not entirely sure, but this is either a Forever series or a memorial box version of the Godzilla 1962 from Bandai. This mold is from the early 80s, but they recast it a couple times and they gave it a much better paint scheme. This one's generally sought after because it pairs very well with the King Kong 1962 figure that Bandai released that same year. It's difficult to picture them, you know, apart, so when people buy one, they tend to seek out the other. And I also like this figure. It's vintage, and the updated paint scheme is actually pretty cool. And this guy's in terrific shape. Very neat. Moving on. Oh boy, let's take a drink. I'll tell you what, every time that I pull out a duplicate figure, I'll take a long drink, say like a 5-second drink. I'll sleep well tonight. And obviously I'm not driving anywhere because there's nowhere to freaking go. Oh shoot, yes! Excellent, excellent. These are, oh man, I don't think I've ever actually held one before because they're really rare. They are very rare. Hold on, let me get this out. This is a YMSF. Can I get that to focus? Focus, come on. It's right in front of you. There we go. A YMSF Manda. Geez. This guy has, I believe this is it's a new cast from YMSF, so the paint job is a little different. This one doesn't have the splash of red on it. This is more of the, I guess you'd say, traditional color scheme, more matte colors. This guy is so expensive, and I understand why, because of the exclusivity, and it does look really cool and dynamic on the shelves, but you'd think that, just a traditional Asian dragon, not much going on, wouldn't command the highest price, but Manda stuff does command a higher price tag. And we actually have one of these is a pre-order that someone paid for, one of our loyal customers. Thank you very much. We'll be shipping this one out to you soon. And I believe there are some extras in this box. I'm tempted to keep one myself. I've been wanting this figure, I gotta tell you. I like Manda, very cool figure. Oh shoot. Here we go. Another theater exclusive 1999 Gamera. Happy to have him. I don't mind at all. I also don't mind taking a drink of this delicious cocktail. Tasty, and this is a tasty figure. Good to have extras. I forgot that we actually had one of these. I know by the silhouette exactly what this is. Is it sealed? Oh, it is. Look at that. We have ourselves a sealed Gorgo and Baby Gorgo set. Probably wouldn't do a whole lot of good. Maybe we can zoom in on that. Zoom, focus. God dang it, focus already. Is it focusing? There we go. Yep. This is a really sweet marmot. I've sold a few of these. It's really tempting to keep one for myself, but I'm just not there right now. I've been in a selling mood for like the last year. I'm just not bringing anything in. We had different life goals, so the goal is to get to that point and collect later. Sell now, collect later. But if we have one of these left at the end of the year, maybe I'll keep one for myself. It's a really cool figure. As far as this is a Club Daikaiju exclusive, and I don't know if it was Wonderfest or Superfest or something, but this was like a one-day license, to my knowledge. So needless to say, it commands a higher price tag, and it's one of the few pieces of Gorgo like toy merch out there. Not the most popular movie, not very toyetic, but we like it. They should make stuff like this more often. Don't shy away from the more obscure kaiju. There's one that was laying right on top. It is a Showa era Gaigan. Can we focus in on that? Come on, man. We'll just assume that you know what Showa era Gaigan looks like. I think, what year is this? 1998. If this is 1998, I'm assuming that's the Monster Island edition? No tag on this one, but beautiful paint scheme. And it feels very solid figure. Like that. Oh, here we go. Fire Rodan. Another one from the Monster Island series. It's the smaller version. I had this one as a kid. Yeah, this is definitely the Monster Island version. I don't mind the small. I prefer the bigger ones, but when I was a kid, when you got smaller hands, I guess smaller figures make sense. I don't know if this one's necessarily more collectible than the standard. Maybe. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments. Oh, here we go. And then we have Space Gojira. My favorite kaiju design, not my favorite movie, not by a long shot, but this is also Monster Island. Very cool. I did not have this guy as a kid. I didn't even know who he was because they didn't release those movies in the States until much, much later. So these movies passed me by. I saw Space Godzilla through the Trendmasters line, but I had no idea who Space Godzilla was to the rest of the monsters. It's a weird situation to be in. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, cool. This is definitely a newer one. This is the movie monster burning Godzilla with like the metallic orange paint scheme. It's an okay figure. They've done this one like at least a couple times. It's on the lower spectrum for budget, so if people just want a burning Godzilla, this one can be easily acquired for like $20 or less. I still prefer the larger first release, both for the collectible factor that it is the first and there can never be another first, and just also for the size, you know. I like, I think, you know, big kaiju, you think that they want to take up a little more real estate on the shelf, but I get it. Space is a premium, especially in Japan, so this scale does make sense to a degree. Oh, cool. We had the Final Wars Godzilla from 2003. This one has not been done as many times. It's actually a really popular one, I've noticed, especially with the generation that was after me. This seems to be like one of their go-to Godzillas of choice. The Millennium movies have a pretty large following, much larger than I thought, as the conventions have taught us. And you know, this guy's in really good shape, actually. Now, he's a really good figure. And in the 6-inch scale or the larger one, I mean, he looks good. Very beautiful molding on this stuff, too. Bandai should go back to this level of quality. I've said it 1,000 times. There's several examples for the benchmark of quality for Bandai figures, and Bandai has definitely lost their way a little bit. The latest Gamera figure, though, to come out from the Movie Monsters line, cheers to that figure. That figure looks amazing. They gotta hit that. That's the new benchmark for them. Oh, okay. Oh, good, I can take it out. Nice. I have not always had good luck with this figure because it usually is beat to heck. The condition. Hold on, let's pull it out and tell everybody what it is first. Cool. This is the Forever Series Mecha King Ghidorah. So it's the standard release, the larger scale release, the same mold, but with a much, much improved paint scheme. I don't know if we can... I don't feel like adjusting the wings right now, but the wings have like a metallic gold on the inside. Everything on here that is made to look metallic, that is meant to be metal. There's just a couple of minor scuffs, but this guy's in really good shape and no broken horns. These horns, these freaking horns are the bane of like these older Ghidorah figures. I really like this guy, and I wanted one for my collection, and I have yet to bring one in. Not yet, but eventually, yes. Very cool figure. One of my favorites in the Forever line. Definitely one to seek out. This is the definitive Bandai Mecha King Ghidorah, hands down. Oh, cool. Always a crowd favorite. Gorosaurus. Yes. I had one in my collection, but I let him go. I think I sold it just because I had to make some space, and you know, every once in a while I look at him, I'm like, do I want it back or not? But this is a real crowd pleaser at conventions. Anytime I put one out, it sells. And I understand why. There's just something about this dinosaur, man. There's just something about this dinosaur. And we have a more modern release of Mecha Godzilla 3, also known as Kiryu, with the drill arm variant right there. Very cool. Not much to say about it, really. I mean, it's cool. It's one of my. It's definitely up there in terms of one of my favorite characters. I love that Mecha Godzilla design. Oh, who are you? Oh, very interesting. Oh, cool. I like it better than I thought it would. This is a like Maru-san reproduction Daimajin. So this is based on the like original like Sofubi figure released in the late 60s, early 70s. Daimajin is not a cute character, but this is one cute looking toy. And I dig it, man. I dig it. I'm getting into the vintage scene more and I'm learning a lot. And there's a lot to know. There's a lot of nuance to it. And it's been reproduced to heck, as you can see. So finding the original stuff can be tricky. Cool. Alright, I don't know what series this one's from. It's just a movie monster, but I don't know from what year. Let's say. It says 1998. Okay, 1998. I guess this is another Monster Island version. Did not have this one as a kid, but it looks pretty cool. And the head in the middle, I don't know if that can be seen, there we go, is closed. The mouth is closed. I like that. I like that variation. That's a cool touch. Another crowd favorite, Anguirus. This is the Final Wars version. This mold's pretty common these days. but it still looks good on the shelf. It's a great mold, great paint scheme, not much to complain about. And I also noticed that like when I gave my daughter my childhood Godzilla toys, and Gira was among them, and she loved it. And I think it's just because like the tactile feel of it. Like it's sharp but pliable, like it's just fun to feel, you know? Yeah. Good exfoliation too. Okay. Yes, probably my favorite Godzilla villain, Destroyer. Is this Monster Island? That's on the tail. I can't see the date. I'll presume that it is. Really good looking figure right there. I bet this has been reproduced before. Oh wait, oh no. Little chip on the horn. Shoot, yeah, you can see there's a little piece broken off. Well, that's gonna affect price a little bit, but it still looks really good. I didn't even notice the first time around. That's why I inspect the merch carefully. Oh, here we go. Godzilla 1954. I couldn't tell you what version or release this is. This mold has been released so many times. I'm kind of sick of the 54s, to be honest. I know it's probably the most iconic Godzilla besides the Heisei era, but like I think the collecting market's oversaturated is what I'm saying, and I don't think kids gravitate towards the 54 too much either, because that movie was far more dramatic than it was fun. So it may not be a favorite for children, so that makes you wonder, why do they make so many toys of it? If toys are for children, I don't think they're doing a very good job with their selecting process. Here we have another Monster Island figure, Mecha Godzilla 2. I had this one as a kid, really enjoyed it. This is one of the ones I gave to my daughter. So this one, whenever we play around, this guy is always featured as a villain. Very interesting, very cool, brings back memories. Oh, this is one I wanted for the collection too. I've sold this guy a few times. Cretaceous Ghidorah. From Return of Mothra 3. Not a very good movie, but if you were just look at the toys on their own merit, like this is a really cool version of Ghidorah. Very, very interesting. Fun design. I like that one. Here we go, another crowd favorite, Orga from Godzilla 2000. I'm not exactly sure why, but this guy tagged, the smaller version, is worth more than the larger one. I just find that to be strange, very strange. I guess it's just because it's in scale with more figures. That's probably the reason why. I really like the design on Orga, very neat. No other kaiju looks like that. At least, let me rephrase that. No other kaiju in Godzilla looks like that. I'm sure that there's like some ultra monsters that look like that. Oh, here we go. This is Godzilla Jr. This might be from the Memorial Box. I'm not sure. I can't really make that out. It's too dark. Another crowd favorite, I think. I think this smaller one did come from a Memorial Box. Yeah, now that I'm looking at the painting on it. That's neat. Yeah. Adolescent Godzilla. Yeah, not baby Godzilla. No. Godzilla Jr. Yeah, here we go. Another Mecha Godzilla from Monster Island series. Let's take a drink there. Gotta love them doubles. So I was wondering when this was gonna show up. This is the Mecha Godzilla version of the lie detector. Let me see if I can focus in on that a little better. Come on, there we go. Now, I guess the idea is that you would face off against each other in this lie detector game, whatever the heck it is. But yeah, Godzilla and Mecha Godzilla going at it to see who tells the truth. I have a feeling that Godzilla might twist the truth just a little bit more than Mecha Godzilla. I feel like Mecha Godzilla is programmed to tell the truth. Okay, I haven't had one of these in my hands for a while. It's the giant, like 13 or 14 inch tall Godzilla from 1991, Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. This is a beautiful Bandai figure. Jeez. Like, epitome of Bandai quality. I love this thing, especially the tail. The tail looks so good. Totally movie accurate, and a very impressive piece on the shelf. I've sold these things a lot, but I've kind of like gone more towards like smaller inventory, but every once in a while when I can pick one up, I do my best, because these things are good, what's the term? These are good booth bait. Yeah, you put one of these up high, people come a looking. If they don't buy that, they'll buy something else. Space Gojira. Extra figure. This one's a little more beat up though. It's definitely showing some love. Oh, here we go. Gira. Not exactly a crowd favorite. I know that he's got some loyal followers, but I have a feeling that like Gira from Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla is about as interesting as Gira is gonna get. I don't know. Gira just never did it for me. And he's not the most popular, but you know, you put him out as like a value figure, people don't mind. And I think there's some people out there who like to kit bash him, use him for other things. You know, if they're broken or something like that. He has very interesting parts. Let's put it that way. Oh, okay. I don't remember this being in here. Okay. Just checking sure to make sure it's not broken, because something is rattling around in here. Oh, okay, it's not broken, it's just popped off. So I have to do a little bit of hair dryer treatment on this guy. What is this? I'm not exactly sure who made this. One of the arms popped off, so we'll have to stick that back in. But it's like a 25 centimeter or so Gamera 1999 figure. Very pretty to look at, actually. This might be a crane game prize. It might be Bam Presto. I'm not sure. I don't think this is an X Plus, because it's I don't see an X Plus tag here anywhere, but yeah, it might be a claw game prize. Seriously, man, Japan has like the best prizes for their arcade games in the freaking world. Save up when you go to Japan. Save up like a little bit of like pocket change and just go to one of these arcades, like one of these claw games, and see what you can find. You never know. You never know. Shin Godzilla from the original mold, so that's been seen many times already. There's nothing really to say about it. Not the most impressive version, but you know, it looks like him. But I suppose out of the ones that people seek out, this is definitely the cheapest, but it's probably not the most desirable. You know, better figures have come out. Shin Godzilla stuff has been done to death, and there's a lot of options out there. But if you're collecting on a budget, why not? And honestly, I'm not even going to open this. This is another Manda from YMSF. So let's just take our sip and move on. So tiny. Okay. Jeez, this is a huge haul. Oh, okay. Awesome. Gammer 1995. One of the larger figures, 9-inch scale. Classic figure. We have ourselves another Gamera. No broken claws, good. Showa era Gamera from Bandai. This would be from the early 80s, 1983, I think. Yes, excellent. Showa era Gauss to go with that Showa era Gamera. Excellent. Oh, and we have ourselves another theater exclusive 1999. Excellent. Oh, wait, we missed one. Oh no. Wait, what is this? The bag's like torn, there's like a pocket now. Okay, here we go. And a baby Gamera from Gamera 2. Attack of Legion. Take ourselves a sip for that extra. Excellent. Oh, wait a minute, what the? Okay. I don't remember the name exactly, the Japanese name. I'll have to put it like in captions down below. This is the UFO Noodle Man as a Sofubi. Japan is all about the mascots, and I freaking love these mascots, man. Pepsi Man, and now Noodle Man. And Segata Sanjuro, jeez. Now, I think I'm actually gonna keep this guy. It's right up my alley. It is so weird. It is so weird. It fits in with the Sofubi aesthetic. I freaking love it. You can see his head is a bowl of unopened UFO. Oop, there we go. Yeah, unopened UFO noodles. Ah, gorgeous. Love it. I'm gonna put that over here. That one's for me. Yeah. Monster Island Mothra. How much is it? It's just a caterpillar. A caterpillar of infinite possibilities. And we have ourselves another YMSF Manta. Excellent. What does that make so far? 3? Alright. I'm not going to take him out of the bag. But we have another tagged Orga figure from Godzilla 2000. Excellent. My drink's running low. Oh, look at that. We have a box. I cannot read the Japanese. So let's open it. What's this? Oh! Oh my! Oh wow, the box is a little beat up. I didn't realize. This is from Shinshan, Monster Shiramudashi. Shiramamudashi? I can't remember exactly. Shinshan is a vulgar, like, little anime show about this little kid who moons people all the time. And his favorite toy is a Godzilla-esque character. Instead of a tail, he has a butt. I don't know if you can see through that. Yep, get a good eyeful of that. Why not? I like the weird stuff. And Godzilla toy with a butt, a human butt, instead of a tail, is pretty weird. Geez, we have lie detectors, we have noodle men, we have Godzillas with butts. The possibilities are endless with this box. And we have ourselves another Amanda from YMSF. That makes 4. I think that's the end of that order. Oh, hell yeah, something unexpected. Oh shoot, I need the scissors for this one. Not Godzilla related, but another one of my favorite monsters. This thing. It is the creature from the Black Lagoon. Let's see if we can focus in on him. Come on, there we go. Yes, and he's a big dude too. This is from, oh god, what was it? Hamilton Gifts. I don't think they're around anymore, but they used to do like larger scale figures, vinyl and otherwise. It was like a short run. They did the Universal Monsters, and I think they did the Wizard of Oz or something. This is a really obscure toy, and it's just this big Sofubi. I love it, man. I think I'm gonna keep this one, actually. We have another one, but I think I like the condition of this one better. So I think I'm gonna keep this one and sell the other one. Creature from the Black Lagoon stuff, I'm a sucker for it. That I do have to put in the collection. I don't think the Godzilla fans will mind. Got ourselves a Barugun, not Baragon, Barugun from the Gamera Memorial Box set. So it's a smaller figure, but nicer paint job than the larger one. We've got, speaking of, the first release of Barugun. Bigger figure, more detail I think, especially like in the mouth, but you know, not as much paint detail, so take it for as you like. And that's something I've never had before, actually. Virus, or Virus, however you want to say it. I've never had him in this scale before, so he's in scale with this larger Barugun here. I've never had him in the 9-inch scale. I've only ever had him in the 6-inch. And now that he's bigger like this, I actually like him a little better. Yeah, it's cool. Alright, very neat. Neat. That's a first. I like firsts. I've handled just about every Godzilla and Gamera toy there is, so I was a little surprised. I hadn't handled that one yet. Okay, and then the larger scale we have, is it Jagar? Is that who this is? I'm gonna put it in the caption below. I don't know. He's like an African deity monster or something. I don't even remember that movie very well. But this is the original release, so slightly larger, more in scale with the 8 to 9-inch figures. Speaking of Gamera, here we go. We got more Gamera here, representing. Excellent. we have Iris, or Iris, if you want to go by the Japanese pronunciation. Iris is basically a super Gauss, I believe the only one of her kind, formed a psychic bond with a kid, and things go haywire. This one is worth a little more among the Gamera figures, more collectible. There's a lot going on here with like the tentacles and everything. It's a very neat figure. I've seen some custom paint jobs of this thing that are just off the hook. And then in that same bag, we have a very large, one of our personal favorites, Bandai Gamera, like the 12, 13-inch one. And I often find that these two scale very well together. Like if you want to get definitive Bandai representations of either of these monsters, these are the two to get, and they look great together. They look like they came right out of the same era because they did. They look like they were sculpted by similar people. They look awesome. We have one of these on our shelf back there. This guy, my wife loves this because she likes to like cradle it because it looks like a baby. I actually forgot that we had this one in here. It's the 1993 Bandai King Kong from King Kong vs. Godzilla, which was from 1962. And as I said before, this Godzilla goes very well with this Kong, and people usually like to have them both. And while this Godzilla is pretty good in the sculpt, this King Kong is absolutely beautiful. This is one of the best Bandais out there, easily. Like there's all like this fine detail right here, like for the fur and everything, and you can see the wrinkles. It looks like it jumped right off the screen. It's a really amazing sculpt. I've got one of these in my collection, and it's amazing. I really wish that they would do more with this version of Kong, as goofy and weird as he is. Like, we're overdue for some other iteration of this, a licensed iteration of this thing. Seriously, Toho and Universal, get on that. There's money in this. Sitting on piles of cash, you don't even know it. Ugh. This looks like a very mixed bag, literally. Oh, cool. So we've got the 1991 Godzilla here with the closed mouth. I don't know if you can make that out, can you? There we go. Yeah, they didn't do a closed mouth Godzilla up until this point. So this is basically the smaller version of this. It's honestly a very beautiful mold, as simple as the paint job is and everything. It's very well detailed, and the silhouette is just spot on, and the tail as well. Just like in the movie. Beautiful figure. What's this? Oh, cool. I haven't had this one in a while. This is a Banpresto. So this would have been a claw game prize of the Millennium Godzilla. This version has the purple spines. This is one of the more sought after Banprestos. Beautiful dynamic sculpt. Displays very well. Comes in pieces, so if you're ever trying to fidget around with them, don't worry about it. And don't be discouraged. Just apply a little hair dryer treatment to it and adjust as needed. Oh, shoot. 1954 Godzilla, nothing to say there. Extra. Okay, maybe this one doesn't count as an extra. Maybe not. The original release of Godzilla Jr. and the larger scale. I personally like this one better. Even though the paint scheme isn't as dynamic, I still like the larger ones. And we have ourselves a baby Godzilla. That's the baby. And most people prefer this baby, in terms of design at least, to Minya. Minya is a classic, there is no doubt, from the Showa era, but that dude is ugly, and he is annoying. Baby Godzilla is a little easier to tolerate. Oh cool, what's this? I'm not sure what this is, but it's a glow-in-the-dark version of Godzilla, but I don't know from what line. It's a little dusty, I'll have to clean it up, but that's cool. What version of Godzilla it is, though? I'm gonna say it's something from the Millennium era, just judging by the spines. Another Showa Gamera? Take a sip there. Ooh, we just gotta... We're out of alcohol. Oh no! Oh no! Can't be out of alcohol. There we go. And what do we have here? Oh, I have this one too. My daughter, by extension, also has this one. The Monster Island Godzilla from 1993, I believe this one would be. Blue spines on this one. Interestingly enough, the Trimasters ones also have blue spines, at least in a couple of their variants. Are they kind of interesting? You know, why would Japan do the blue spines and the black skin? It looks good. It looks good, but I'm wondering if they were parallel somehow. Right here. It's like some sort of rolling 1950, I don't know if I can get, there we go. Some sort of rolling 1954 Godzilla. There's wheels on the bottom. I have no idea what this is. It's got rubber skin on it too. Weird. Never seen that before. Huh. A generic T-Rex. Moving on. Ah, here we go. Classic 1980s Red King. Right? 80s? Huh. I can't tell by the year, but it's at least the mold from the 80s. Popular figure. Popular enough anyway. Ah, here we go. A theater exclusive Godzilla 2000. There were a couple variants of this. I couldn't say which one's more popular. I guess this is like the thermal heat version. A beautiful paint scheme. Very attainable for collectors if you're interested in starting your collection off. You know, this is a good one to start with. Oh, cool. We have Gammer from Gamera 2. Initial release. I like this figure. Ooh, I like him a lot. We have some legions to go with that in our inventory as well. Some Ultra Monster. I am not aware of which one this is. But I know that it's a classic monster because I've seen this in photography from the Showa era. I'm not a big Ultraman fan, but I'm getting into it little by little. Oh, what's this? Huh. Hang on. Are we missing a piece? Yes, we are. Good. I found one. Okay. Hang on a second. There's like a little... Okay, this is like just some... It's probably a candy toy. It's a little baby Godzilla. Look at that. Come on. Focus. Focus. There we go. A little baby Godzilla there. So, Toho's strategy and Bandai's strategy was this. To expand their reach in stores, you know, beyond just the action figure aisle, what you do is you put these little toys in with candy, which gives them double the exposure. So you can have Godzilla toys literally at the checkout line. It's a really good strategy. And it's actually modeling is much more popular in Japan than it is here. So having a figure that comes in pieces for you to assemble yourself, not a big deal. Not a big deal. Japanese children love it. I was definitely a model building kid, so I don't mind either. One of the few boxed items. The Rat Bat Spider. I actually have a variant of this up there. I'm not sure which variant is in this box, actually. Oh, okay. Okay. This is I guess you would call it the standard release. Let me get the tag out of the way of the Rat Bat Spider. Let's see if I can zoom in on that. Oh, yeah, look at that. This monster is from Angry Red Planet, a movie that I've still not seen in its entirety. And this was a Club Daikaiju exclusive. So this is the organization that, made the Gorgo figure and Reptilicus. I love these older monsters, like these just obscure old monsters that are just, gross looking. I've got the one that glows, the green one that glows in the dark up there, and it's totally sick. I dig this thing, man. It's such a creepy monster idea. Something you could only get out of like those old schlock films from back in the day, the early days of sci-fi. I love it. Love those B movies. Last bag. Oh, last bag. This might have been the largest Godzilla figure unboxing that I've ever done, honestly. Godzilla Gammer. There's not a lot of Gammer in this. Oh, sweet. Gira. This is my man Alex's favorite kaiju. This is the standard release, I believe. 6-inch line. Yeah. He loves that thing. I can't remember exactly why. It's just like the aquatic nature of it. I actually got him the prototype schematic artwork for the Trendmasters figure of Gira, and I found it at a Comic-Con, and I surprised him with it. Blew his mind. Oh, here we go. Oh, this guy's good to have him in the inventory. Gira. Yes, just a big old knife kaiju. This guy is super popular, and it's easy to see why. There's just, he's so goofy and proud. He has a giant knife for a freaking head. Oh, he's amazing. Every time we put one out, he sells. Showa era Gauss. Take a sip of our concoction. Come on. Another Showa era Gamera. Welcome to the team, buddy. Barugan. I don't want to do it anymore. And last, but not least, Jagger. Jiger? Yeah, that was it. That was it. Jiger. Screw that caption. Jiger from... God, he's freaking... Well, everybody, that's going to wrap up this quarantine unboxing. I gotta tell you, it always lifts the heart and the soul to open up a big box of nostalgia and just the stuff that you love. And I gotta tell you, it's something that I really needed. You know, a nice break, because work has just been so tough, and I hope that this unboxing has brought some joy to you viewers as well. Maybe some levity to the situation. And I think my favorite thing from this whole unboxing out of everything we got was UFO Noodle Man. Love this figure, cannot wait to put in a display case with the other stuff. Runner-up would definitely be the YMSF Mandas. It's my first time getting them in hand, and I hope that our customers are happy with them as well. What was your favorite thing from this unboxing video? Let us know down below, start a conversation. But until our next video, everybody, please stay healthy and keep living your Halfbaked Fantasy. Bye-bye.